Systemic change is measurable. For example, 27,000 people cycled across London in 1977 compared to 172,000 in 2018. But that's hard to attribute to your brand or your campaign right now. So how do you motivate yourself to invest your time and effort? And more importantly, what's going to motivate your client to keep investing their time and money in long-term, wide-scale change? Well, there are a number of ways to take this big long-term cause and scale it down to something discrete that you can measure your creativity against. So there's target audience specificity. So in the battle against obesity, for example, many people may need to be informed and persuaded in many ways for substantial change to happen, but you may choose to focus on one very specific audience. It may be people with the potential to influence others, like parents or teachers, maybe even in a certain town or city or borough. It may be influencers who can make the issue and its solutions more public, like a single footballer or chef. It may be a particular audience who are right in the bullseye of the problem. An example of that is when we worked with Wrigley on the Choo Choo Bin anti-gum littering campaign a couple of years back. In that case, the media buying agency targeted 16 to 24-year-olds in 3 cities across the UK, which is a very specific audience who disproportionately caused the problem and who were able to be targeted sharply with media choices, in that case, social media on smartphones. Another way to make a large cause more discrete and measurable is with cut-through. So did your brand or product or innovation or campaign get noticed? Did it land its message loud and clear? In other words, did it have creative impact? After 13 years of a Conservative government, the Labour Party were favourites to win the 1992 UK general election until the Conservatives launched a poster featuring a bomb with the headline, "Labour's Tax Bombshell." You'd pay £1,250 more tax a year under Labour, detailed the poster, confirming many people's suspicions of a high-taxing socialist government. Here, creative impact, amplified by the media who covered it, played a very measurable part in re-electing the Conservative government. Another discrete element you can measure is intention to act. So if you can prove that as a result of your brand or product or campaign, an audience is more likely to do something, then you can be playing a small but measurable part in creating larger change. When we launched Do the Green Thing with several simple actions that people could do to be more sustainable, brought alive by terrific films and podcasts and games and posters by wonderful creative people from around the world, we researched and measured our community's increased readiness to do those actions. And we found as a result, they were between 15% and 30% more likely to walk or cycle instead of drive, to cut down on their meat eating, to buy something old instead of something new, to take a shorter shower, and so on. And we use that research as a tool to get funding from 3 major brands. Through sharp audience targeting, through creative impact, and through intention to act, you can always find something discrete to measure. And a positive measure gives you and your client the reason and motivation to go again and again and have a little more impact every time.